Hi, welcome to Rotten Rebel. So July is almost over and it's time for my 15 current favorite men's fragrances July edition. So I use fragrances almost every single day and it's not uncommon for me to use like up to 10 different fragrances throughout the day, especially during the summer when I have a tendency to sort of lean more towards the sort of a lighter and brighter and more short-lived fragrances, and I just love sort of either topping up, i.e. using an atomizer and carrying that one with me and just reapplying, or have different atomizers with me with different scents. So if I'm out and I have, let's say, Jean Paul Gaultier on when I go out, then after 2 hours when I'm standing in a bar, you'll find me reapplying something else or just topping that one up. So I use fragrances quite a bit. So even though I use multiple fragrances throughout a day, and even though I use a ton of fragrances throughout the course of a month, I sort of have a tendency to gravitate towards a specific set of fragrances, at least during like a specific period. And these are my 15 current favorites for the month of July. So without further ado, let's get to it. So first up, Jean Paul Gaultier's Le Male in the navy. Yes, another flanker, but a lot of the flankers to Le Male are pretty damn good, at least to me. They are almost all of them are sort of a mass appealing. They are really easy to wear and you will get compliments. I love this one because it is like a fusion between Le Male and something a bit more fresh that is more perfect towards those sort of warmer days. And I just love putting this one on. I believe I got this one in June or late May, and it quickly has become one of my favorites for those warm summer days. If you enjoy Le Male and if you want something that is perfect for a warm summer day, then I can highly recommend you to try out Jean Paul Gaultier in the navy. Next up, Chanel's Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme. I've talked about this quite a bit. I'm gonna link to my review of it above, but I just love this one. This is sort of like a freshie, but it's not a freshie, but there's, at least to me, clearly a fresh side to it, together with a really sexy dry down. The opening is oh so good and the dry down is insanely nice. I just love this one, and this is one of those fragrances that it's almost impossible to fail if you are looking for compliments. This one, at least from the ladies, gathers compliments like crazy, but more importantly, I love putting this one on. I can highly recommend you to try Chanel's Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme. Next up, we have another one that I've been praising quite a bit, and that is Armaf's Club de Nuit Man Intense. Yeah, you probably heard a ton about this already, so I'm gonna keep it short. This one is a compliment getter monster. Oh my god. But more importantly, I love using it, and I can use it throughout the year, but I love using it on those sort of warmer summer days. And well, let me say that when people get a whiff of this, chances are that they are going to give you a compliment. I love Club de Nuit Man Intense. It's really cheap as well, so it's like a no-brainer. Go get this one. Next up, we have another one that sort of quickly have become one of my go-tos when it's warm outside, and that is Mont Blanc's Individual. What can I say? It's fresh, it's really nice, it's bright, it's clean, and all of that stuff. It has some sort of a light, fruity, berry-like note in it that sort of balances up that sort of a clean side. I really enjoy putting this one on, I really do. And this one has turned out to be a high performer when it comes to compliments as well. So if you are looking for something that is bright and light, really fresh, clean and nice, that is also a high performer when it comes to compliments, then I can highly recommend you to try Individual. Now I absolutely love Dolce & Gabbana's light blue and the intense version, and I love them because they are sort of a fresh, nice and bright, but they are really smooth in a really nice way. And I usually use light blue a lot when it's warm outside, and it's one of my sort of a go-tos when I'm going on a beach vacation. But during July, I went more frequently for one of the flankers, and that is Dolce & Gabbana's light blue sun. So this one to me is a bit more, the citrus is a bit different than light blue, and it also has a slight hint of something that is sort of a coconutty, which makes this, and a bit of vanilla. And that means that this one is sort of leans more towards a really luxurious and well-made suntan lotion, if that makes sense. It really feels different from the original light blue, and different in a nice way. So if you want something that will give you like a suntan lotion vibe, but a luxurious one, then I can highly recommend you to try out Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Sun. In the beginning of the summer, I did a best men's summer fragrances of 2021, and I included this one in that list. I'm gonna link to that video above, so make sure you check that one out when you're done with this one. And one of those that I included in that list was this one. This is John Varvato's Artisan Pure. So this one is sort of like a really well-made citrus bomb. It has multiple different kinds of citrus in it. I just love putting this one on when it's warm outside, and when I put it on and when someone gets a whiff of it, chances are that I am going to land a compliment. I love Artisan Pure, and you can usually find it at pretty decent prices. Highly recommend it if you love citrus, different kinds of citrus in your fragrances, and if you are looking for something that is going to make you feel fresh, nice, and something that is sort of light and bright. Highly recommended Artisan Pure. Now I believe that I included this in last month's list as well, but I just love using it throughout the year, but I also love using it during those summer night out. This one is so amazing, and when people get a whiff of this one, oh my god, chances are that you are not just going to get a compliment, but a really sexy one. I'm talking about Initio's Absolute Aphrodisiac. It's so good. That's all I'm gonna say. It's so good, it's so sweet, and it's so sexy. If you have the money and if you like the notes, please do check out my review of it as well. Then make sure you get your hands on it. Next up is one of my latest and most favorite perfume layering combos. And yes, I am counting both of these different fragrances as one because I use them together. This has been a fantastic success, both when it comes to how I feel when I put them on and when it comes to compliments. So this perfume layering duo is Reminiscence Vanille Santal. Like a few woody notes together with vanilla. This one is really light, at least to me, so don't expect it to be super heavy sweet vanilla. And I layer it with another one that to me is sort of light and bright and really nice, and that is Rouge Trafalgar's Dior Rouge Trafalgar. So this one to me is sweet and fruity, but in a light way. And the reason why both of these are so good together is because both of them are sort of a light and bright, and the notes fit perfectly together. I love this duo, and I can highly recommend it if you have both. So Bulgari has a ton of pretty damn awesome fragrances, and one of those is Bulgari Aqua pour Homme Marine. So yeah, this is pretty much like the name says. It's a marine, i.e. aquatic sort of a fragrance. It has an aquatic side, a slight, at least to my nose, hint of citrus. This one is really, really nice. I truly enjoy putting this one on, especially on those warm summer days. When I use this one, I usually bring a full atomizer that is full of this one, and I just keep spraying myself throughout the day. If you are looking for an aquatic fragrance that is going to be perfect for those warm days, then I can highly recommend Aqua Marine from Bulgari. A mix of citrus, apple, an aquatic side, and a bit of woody notes. What am I talking about? I'm talking about Rasasi Havas. What I like about Havas is that this one feels like a freshie, but with a sort of a sweet side, and it's not your sort of a standard kind of freshie. This one is a compliment getting monster. I usually land a compliment when I have this one on, and if you are looking for something that I feel that you can use throughout the summer or throughout the year, but throughout the summer, that is a bit different than your sort of a common freshies with a sweet side, then I can highly recommend you to try out Rasasi Havas for him. What do you get if you mix something that is a bit aromatic with a bit of woody notes, together with a bit of florals, together with a musky side? You get this insane creation that is Gucci Guilty Cologne. This one is so hard to describe, so I'm not even gonna try it. It is a freshie, but with a twist. So it's like a freshie, but it's not a freshie, but it's a freshie. But what I really enjoyed about it from the first sniff was that it's truly unique. It's a different kind of scent altogether, and I have nothing like this in my collection, and the moment I sniffed it, I knew that okay, I need to have this one in my collection. I've been using this more and more throughout the month of July, and the more I use it, the more I like it. If you are looking for something that is fresh but not fresh, but fresh, and sort of a freshie with a twist, then I can highly recommend you to at least try this one out. So yeah, that was Gucci Guilty Cologne. Next up is Red Rush from Ralph Lauren. This is one of the flankers to Polo Red. That's sort of a classic men's fragrance. This one has a mix of citrus together with musk, a bit of coffee, woody notes, and a fruity side as well. I do enjoy the original Red, but my favorite is probably Red Extreme. But I use Red Extreme quite a bit in May and June, so I wanted to switch things up during July, and instead I went for Red Rush. I really enjoy this one, and this one really pulls in the compliments, but the sort of a longevity and sillage is not the best, so I overspray like crazy. But when I do, other people around me notice it, and chances are that they are going to give me a compliment. I just love putting this one on, and if you're looking for something that is fresh but with a twist, then I can highly recommend you to try this one. Next up is Giorgio Armani Acqua di Gio Absolute Instinct. So I love Absolute. I know that one doesn't get that much love from the sort of a fragrance community, but I don't care. I just love the scent, and it pulls in the compliments like crazy. Now Absolute Instinct doesn't quite pull in the compliments like Absolute does. But I really enjoy this one, and since I use Absolute so much, I wanted to switch things up during the month of July, so I decided to use Absolute Instinct more. And this one is sort of like, it has that Acqua di Gio core DNA, and it has something from Absolute, but to me this one is a bit heavier on the woody side together with a bit of amber, so it gives it, the base is sort of a different than the other ones. If you absolutely love the Acqua di Gio line, and if you enjoyed Absolute, then I think that you should give Absolute Instinct a shot. I really enjoy using it. Next up we have Acqua di Parma's Quercia. This is another one that is a bit hard to explain because I do find that it's truly unique. I bought this, I believe, I opened it during our massive fragrance haul. I'm gonna link to that video above. But this one is truly unique. It feels a bit green, a bit sweet, with that sort of a standard Acqua di Parma citrusy top. It's truly unique, and I didn't really sort of fall in love with it from the beginning. I just knew that I liked it, and I really liked that it was truly unique. But I started using this quite often during July, and the more I use it, the more I just fall in love with it. It's truly unique, and I was a bit surprised. This one actually pulls in the compliments, and based on feedback that I received from women, is that they feel that this is quite sort of a manly kind of scent. If you like Acqua di Parma, and if you want something that is a bit fresh, a bit sweet with a sort of a green side to it, and that is truly unique, then I recommend you to at least try Quercia. Try to get the sample though, because it's not something that is going to be sort of a mass appealing to everyone. I really enjoy Quercia. A mix of citrus together with coconut, lime and eucalyptus. What am I talking about? I'm talking about Atelier Cologne's Pacific Lime. I believe that it was during that same massive fragrance haul that I previously mentioned that I first opened this one up, and I just love using it. So it's fresh, it's citrusy, it has that slight coconut vibe to it, it has mint, it has that eucalyptus, and it's perfect when it gets warm outside. I usually, on the days that I decide to use this, I usually reapply like every second hour to get that oh my god fresh opening, and to make it last a bit longer with better sillage. I love Pacific Lime, and I can highly recommend it if you enjoy that sort of Atelier Cologne style of scents, and if you really want something that is truly fresh, that feels natural and realistic, and just oh my god, so good. So there you go, those were 15 of my current favorite fragrances that I use during the month of July. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then I would highly appreciate if you would smash that like, and don't forget to hit that subscribe and that notification bell, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.